All right, so in this video, I am going to talk about setting boundaries and making sure that you stick to those boundaries, um, not dwindling from those boundaries because you need to set specific boundaries if you have a narcissist in your life or if you have an ex narcissist in your life. Um, it's important that you know what these boundaries are and that you stick to them no matter what. Do not go off course with your boundaries. Um, a lot of times, when you're a narcissist, when your ex narcissist becomes single, which they will become single again, their relationships don't last very long because they just can't do it. Um, they will go back and try to they will attempt to see with their exes, with their old sources of supply, they will try to see, if you're available for them. They'll attempt to, they don't make much effort. They might send you a message through your email or text. They're not going to put forth any effort. They're not contacting you. This is very important for you people to know that they're not contacting you because they've just suddenly miss you or because they just suddenly realize what an asshole they were. Excuse my language, but you know, or they want to make amends. They want to make up for all the wrongs they did. They want to apologize to you from the heart and really, talk to you. That's not why they contact you. All right. When your ex narcissist or any narcissist finds themselves single, they don't like it. Okay, they don't like being single, and when they're in between relationships, okay, they will seek you out if you were once an easy target for them. If you were once someone who uh, you know, would do what they wanted. Maybe you were easy to kind of get. Maybe you know, were, whatever, vulnerable, whatever. They will seek you out again to use you again. They will do that. That's why it's very important for you to set boundaries and to stick to those boundaries. A narcissist, I speak about my own experiences. I talk about it in a general way as well, but I talk about mostly my own experience with my ex narcissist. Um, So, you know, if you were someone who cared about your narcissist, the narcissist knows who cared about them and who didn't care about them. Narcissists know this, okay? They're not stupid. They know if you really like them or not, like how much you put up with, how much BS you put up with them. They know that. And they will try to return to those who put up with their BS. The ones who gave them a lot of leeway, the ones who put up with them. They'll try to. Um, they don't like it that you've moved on. Like in my situation, I've moved on. They don't like that. When they seek you out again to see if you're available to them, just to use. It's not for a relationship, and not that you want one with them want one with them anyway. But it's not for them to make amends to you. It's not for them to apologize. It's just for them to get whatever it is that they want. And they think just because you're with them at one time that you're still available to them, that they still have access to you. And they don't have any access to you no longer, but they think that they do. Just because you were once with them many, many years ago, they think that you still like them. They think that you still have feelings for them. They think that you might still want to be with them. And that's not the case at all, but their ego, their ego has to believe, they want to believe that that's how it really is, and it's not. So it's important to have boundaries and to have strict ones when it comes to these people, because if you are weak or don't have boundaries, you can be duped by them and fall for their BS again. They will try to, like when they first start messaging you after a period of silence, they will kind of send you messages that might think that, well, did they change? No, they didn't change. Okay, narcissists do not change ever under any circumstances. They're still miserable. They're still playing the same games they were playing 5 years ago. All right, they don't change. They don't mature, and they don't get better. they never get better. It only gets worse. And that's something that needs to be really emphasized. They only get worse. It never gets better with them. They never mature. They never grow up. And they never stop being narcissists. They never stop. A narcissist can never stop being a narcissist. Okay. It's ingrained in them as intricately as their own DNA. It's actually in their DNA. Most of the time you will see narcissist families, that the father's one, the mother's one, the sister's one, the cousin's one, the niece's one, the cousin, the nephew's one. It's a family. It is. It's a family disease. It's a disease. It's a mental health condition. It's a personality disorder, but it's in your DNA to be narcissists. And a lot of it also comes with in society today with how you're raised. Kids that do not have any, that don't get you know uh, they're always praised, they can do no wrong, there's no discipline with the kids. The kids are taught, the snowflake kids today are like, oh no, you're the second winner, you didn't lose, you're the second winner. There's no losers today. You're afraid of hurting everybody's feelings, and everybody's, we tiptoe around them, all that bullshit. This is what's creating narcissists. Okay, that's a main reason why there are so many narcissists today, is because there's a lack of discipline. But no, narcissists, it is a thing. It's a family thing, and you'll find it's in families. Um, but okay, the boundaries have to be strict. You can't let them near you. You can't let them, you know, you can't let them in your life. You have to close the door. It's like that Metallica song, The Unforgiven. You have to close the door and throw away the key. Whatever I haven't heard that song in a while, but there is a part where they say, I'll take this key, you're unforgiven to whatever the hell it was. There's a couple. Isn't there like two Unforgiven songs by them? But actually, both songs can be attributed to a narcissist, because you do have to throw away the key and bury it, or whatever it is that they say. That's what it's like with narcissists. Like, they're not forgiven, and you have to throw away the key so they cannot get in anymore, because you don't want them in your life. They bring you no well. They're only there to use you. They're only there to take from you, and they put forth very little effort as well, in their, like I said, when they're in between relationships. So they may find themselves broken up, okay, and then they'll go back to exes who were once flourishing them with attention, or giving them a lot of whatever it was that they wanted, whether it was sex or attention or their time or whatever it was that they wanted. They will try to get or to go back to an ex. It's not because they loved you. It's not because they miss you. It's not because you meant something to them. That is not why. All right. Um, it's all about manipulation with narcissists. It's all about manipulating. It's their need to manipulate situations. And if they can't get you, and if they know that they can't get you, they will try to make you unhappy. They will try to play games with you to create either frustration with you, aggravation with you, whatever it is that they can do to gain control over the way you feel. That's what they will do. Even like my ex knows that there's no way in hell that he'll ever have me again in his life, but he will attempt to see, well, can I do anything? Can I make her miserable? Can I play some games with her? Can I frustrate her? Can I they'll try, and he'll try and do that, because that still feeds his ego. Okay, because it's that control. It's the control that feeds the ego. It's like the charge they get. It's like this electrical charge that they get. So having boundaries is a dire thing that you need to have if you have an ex narcissist in your life, or a narcissist in your life at present. Maybe you work with one. Maybe you have a family member who's one. Okay, you need to set these boundaries and have them be very, very strong. Um, I talk about all the time reconnecting, and if you should do it, if you shouldn't do it. It's important to know the pros and cons of connecting with them. You have to keep them at arm's length. I always say this to everyone about them, um, because they will try to get one over on you. They will try to use you if you let yourself be weak and vulnerable. They will try and they will attempt to do it. So you can't let them in that way. Um, Being friends, all that stuff. Like I said, it's a hard thing to talk about because you have to truly see that narcissists get worse as they get older. They get worse. They get worse. They don't get better. They only get worse. And as their condition worsens, their treatment on you also worsens. Okay, their empathy is even worse. Now and the main thing with the narcissist is they lack empathy, right? They have no empathy for others. They don't care how they treat you. If they treat you badly, they don't feel bad about how they treat you. They have no conscience. They have no ability to empathize with others, and even that gets worse. Okay, they become colder. They become even more wicked, just really nasty, rude, cruel people. And as they get older and as they age, that also gets worse. Okay, it's one of these. It's a malignant disease. It's a malignant mental health condition that only worsens, and it's a terrible thing. It's an awful situation. Um, what else can I say? I want to, get into